Alrighty, got the stream going. Just checking to make sure everything looks all right. And today, going to be working on some requests on our Patreon. Matt's here. Hello. So I have a few that I want to try and touch on today. I'm gonna start with Steven Universe. Then I have Macy growing a little bit bigger. And if I have time, Queen Tyranny from the Duck Dodgers series. And I'm gonna make these planets revolve around her. Grocery Gangs Heroes here. Hello, Caden. All right. Steven Universe one's pretty simple. Probably just gonna be a scale thing, really. There's a Matthew Swift and a Matthew Smith. Hello. Caden Dinosaurs, you said my name. Yeah. MC Cubed is here. Rix is asking Giant Man when? That's up to someone else to make that that channel. Plush Adventures. Well, this is more of a request from our Patreon. I normally isn't the kind of project I do, but if it's something that I think could be on the channel and if it's from our Patreon, I'll do it. So yeah, this was a Patreon request. Relevant Elephants here. Hello. Always fun saying your name. Elemental Jones says hi. So yeah, simple growth. Let me put the keyframe here at 3 seconds. Something else I can do is add a little bit of motion to the arms and the leg, so it's not too static. All right, and let's get 6 seconds worth of frame for that. I hope you can draw a giant Gur. I mean, I could see that as something that could happen on Invader Zim. Maybe like Invader Zim, and he's using Gur as like a giant robot mech. But again, not really the characters I'd be interested in doing. That would require someone on our Patreon requesting it for me to do that. Not that I don't like Gur or Invader Zim, it's just I'd either be interested in doing stuff with other characters. Yeah, again, like with Steven Universe, if someone requested giant Gur, I would do that. Nimby the Deadly Nader, best animation ever. Thank you. How's your day thus far? Asks Matthew Swift. It's going pretty good. Can't complain. Was working today on the Wild Kratts animation that I'm also doing for a patron. And had some stuffed bell peppers for lunch. That was pretty good. Yeah, it's just been a normal day. Hope you all are having a good day too. Yeah, like I said, this is going to be just a really simple animation. In the head, actually, we could make his face tilt a little bit upward. I think we'll be able to call it with this one pretty quick. There we go. Wait, I forget. Can Steven breathe in space? I don't think he can. He'll need to hold his breath for a while they reverse whatever's happening to him. Plush Adventures. What if Anxiety from Inside Out 2 became a giantess? Wouldn't she burst out of Riley's head? That sounds like some horror right there. That sounds scary. I don't know. Are there any idioms for big emotions? Because I know the Inside Out franchise is big on like uh, idioms and stuff like that. Like when they were jailed, they bottled up those emotions. I thought that was kind of clever. I don't know if there's an idiom for like growing or giant emotions. Yeah, I could imagine something like that for a video. Like Riley getting super happy. That overcharges joy or something like that. All right, I think this will do it for my patron. All right. Um, let's see. The Cushion Chef. Hope I'm not too late. Nope. A lot of you guys get concerned when you feel like you're late. Um, I wouldn't worry about it because I'm frequently late too. Megan is switching to PC. That's cool. When are you going to make the next part of the Grande house? It's a work in process. Caden with all the fancy emotes today. All right, so the request for this is Macy growing bigger. As she's growing, there's going to be a bit of a shift in her clothes. You haven't made a Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy animation yet? No. Don't think I've thought of anything to do with those characters. All right, I need to shift the shape here, but I don't want to make it look inappropriate, so I have to blank out the screen for just a little bit. All right, let's see. Okay, and we're back. Oh my gosh, this is like a paragraph here. In the left bottom, I used to watch that live action Inspector Gadget movie. They had a female sidekick who Gadget joined forces to save Penny and the world. Oh, I know which one you're talking about. Yeah, the classic Inspector Gadget is still my favorite gadget media. I never cared for really anything else, like all the spin offs, the movies. Raised Core's here. Yep, it's Macy time. Family of Three is here. Mr. Red Sloth. Faz Gamer. Ethan Shaw. Did I miss anyone? I guess Faz Gamer is just gonna keep asking, what am I working on? Without maybe looking at the description. But I am working on Patreon requests, and it's Macy, and she's growing ever so slightly, ever so slightly. And the patron asked for, like I said, like a little shift in her wardrobe. So going from a nightgown to more of a mini skirt. Matthew Smith, Inspector Gadget had a great theme song. It was pretty great. I liked a lot of the music on the series. It was suspenseful, actiony kind of production music that would come on when some stuff was going down on the cartoon. I loved it. Actually, if you've seen the video on our channel, the Inspector Gadget one, there is a remix of that song. My favorite music from the series. Um, is she going to get bigger than Jackie? Not today. Though people have asked for like a size swap. So maybe for opposite day sometime. I think there actually is an opposite day, like an actual official day. I think it might be in January. Let's see how this is looking. Donald Duck, hi animator. I can't do the Donald Duck voice, I'm afraid. Makuru-san, I love that show. Yeah, it's pretty good. I heard they're making a Skibbity Toilet movie. That fills me with great sadness, but I understand why they're doing it. Maybe now that they're making a movie, I'll finally be able to understand what it is. What's the appeal? Are you working on Giant Word Girl versus Giant Green Eileen? Nope. I have not gotten that request on Patreon. And didn't really grow up with the show, so it's not something I'd be interested in doing any projects with. So again, if there's a particular character you want to see in Sizey stuff, check out our Patreon. You could request assets like this, which we can later animate. Is this still Steven Universe? No, we already did that part. So now we're moving on to making Macy a little bit bigger. All right, I just thought of something for her top, but again, worried about it looking a little inappropriate, so I'm gonna just cover the screen for a bit. I just don't want to reveal too much about Macy. A woman needs her privacy. All right, almost finished. All right, wait, one more thing. One more layer. All right, okay, that'll do it. Sorry about that. Let's see. Who else wants Gordon Ramsay to be fired? I think Gordon Ramsay is pretty good. I mean, I've seen a bunch of his stuff where it's like just trashy TV drama stuff, you know, where he's yelling at people. Um, but I've also seen like uh, shows where he's just basically he just demonstrating how much of a great chef he is, like without any of the reality TV drama stuff. So the guy knows what he's doing, and also some of that trashy stuff he's done on shows like Hell's Kitchen. It's pretty entertaining. It's funny. Can't be too mad at a guy who's really entertaining. I was actually working on something for a friend that involved Gordon Ramsay and the Loud House. And Lynn Loud Sr. Gordon does say bad words, if you know what I mean. Oh, hey, Craig. And, I don't mind some cursing. A lot of the media I watch does have some bad language. I think Gordon Ramsay one time just called someone a donkey. Funny stuff. Okay, then that looks a little inappropriate there. I have to put you on timeout. No offense, can you go back to making these tutorials at 3 p.m.? It'll be a lot easier for me to ask questions. It's more difficult at this time because I'm about to go to sleep. I'll try a little bit earlier tomorrow, Brendel. Have you ever heard of Disenchantment? Is that the one by Matt Groening? Yeah, I think I've seen that one. Very Spivia. The atmosphere has several layers. It's a lot of layers. Something that's very important when people are learning about nature and whatnot is all the layers. Different layers of the atmosphere, different layers of the earth, different zones like in a forest. Or in the sea. But people also have layers. What is going on with her legs? I guess it makes more sense when you see that she's growing bigger. I'm scared of spiders, snakes, Shel Silverstein. Why are you afraid of Shel Silverstein? You talking about the guy that writes all those goofy poems? All right, this is looking pretty good. I think I just need to make her sleeves a little shorter. Will Macy have to find new outfits? I think she will have to. She'll have to shop at the big and tall store. Craig, have you ever heard of Fallout Boy? Are you talking about the band Fallout Boy? Or are you talking about Radioactive Man's sidekick Fallout Boy? I'm also scared of Sedusa from Powerpuff Girls. You're scared of Shel Silverstein because he looks scary? Let me look him up. Because I remember from all the books I read. Uh, yeah, he just looks like a normal guy. I mean, in like the first picture I see, he looks maybe a little bit like a Neanderthal, but just a bald, bearded guy with like a shirt. Yeah, I've heard of the band Fallout Boy. They did a cover of The Night Begins to Shine for Teen Titans Go. I think them doing that cover redeemed them for their Ghostbusters the music that they made for the Ghostbusters movie, the very unpopular one. Titan Boa, that does sound like a very frightening snake. Usually it's pictures of giant sharks that scare me, giant prehistoric sharks. I don't know why, stuff in the water is usually very scary looking. I remember as a kid seeing a very odd picture of a manatee in like really swampy waters. And manatees are like, you know, basically the gentlest sea creatures around. But I guess just seeing it like with the light shining on it the way it was in like these murky waters, I don't know, it looked terrifying to me as a kid. Oh yeah, I could understand how some things that aren't supposed to be scary can be scary. If you had a bad experience or looked at it in and an odd photograph. I don't know, like Supergirl and DC superhero girls. I think the thing that makes me the most anxious would probably be cockroaches. One of the few one of the few bugs around that really I don't want to have anything to do with. The One Fazbear, amazing work as always. I am curious if one day you are planning on making animations with Adventure Time. Sadly, no plans. Um, really wasn't one of my favorite shows on Cartoon Network. I mean, actually, like the first season that I watched, it was probably like one of my favorite shows. Um, but I lost interest. Some seasons were better than other seasons. Um, but as I like to remind people, if uh, if there's a character you want to see on our channel, if there's a particular animation or character, check out our Patreon. People in the $20 tier and higher, they can actually uh, request stuff. Yeah, check it out. Well, in truth, it's the poster for the Titan Boa monster snake, a Smithsonian documentary that scared you. All right. So I guess I'll avoid that. Kush. I hate seeing what the inside's a whale shark's mouth because you can see the bones in their body and it's really unsettling. Yeah, nature is a very unsettling mistress. Oh my god. I used to get zoo books when I was a kid. I don't know if anyone else here was in the zoo books club. And I just loved zoo books so much. But there was always that page that I avoided, and it was in like in every single zoo book. They showed you the anatomy of the animal, and by which I mean they like peeled away its skin, so it's like you see what its muscles look like, and then you see what its bones look like. But they always gave it like this very dynamic pose and posture, so it felt like it was a zombie, skinless monster or undead skeleton horse thing coming at you, like right at you. Terrifying. I think for a time, a lot of my zoo books, I actually taped up those pages so that when I was looking through my zoo book, I didn't accidentally look at it. Ah, good times. Good times learning about animals and being scared. I feel like today is mostly a therapy session for a lot of us. Let's see, how am I on time? 40 minutes? I think this looks good. Maybe I'll do just a quick expression change. We'll say Macy has nice legs. See, did I miss anyone? Thank you, Fazbear. Thank you for understanding. Not everyone does. Never thought of Sedusa as very scary. Quite the opposite. Sounds like it was just a nightmare plush. I think nightmares are pretty survivable. Val Little? Who's Val Little? Oh, from Monsters at Work. Um, didn't see that series. Grace Spivey, nothing in the new universe can travel faster than light. What about the Flash? He's pretty fast. So your Quinn P is here. Cookie GT. Well, I'm glad you didn't end up marrying Sedusa. Because she's a villain. And if she married anyone, it would probably be to get at their gold or whatever. She always has ulterior motive. Anytime she displays any kind of love or affection. I wonder if there are any other male characters on the show she could seduce. I think they did all of them. All right, I think I'm gonna leave it at this. I could always add to it later. Yeah, I think this is pretty good. Normally I would have done more, but I spent a lot of time reorganizing this asset. This is kind of a hybrid asset. All right. Still have a little bit of time. I can get a start on this tyranny one. Thank you, Crazed Core. Closer you get to the speed of light, the more mass and the more energy you need. I'll keep that in mind if I ever need to travel faster than the speed of light. So I don't know when that'll ever come up. Alright, so one thing you can do when you have a motion tween, like I'm going to do a motion tween for this planet, you could actually draw a path and click on the thing that already has a motion tween on it and then paste, and it'll create the path for you. Alright, so I have it going in a circular orbit. I try to make it a little bit elliptical so that the science nerds wouldn't bug me about it. So it's all up front, so I need to actually move, cut the layer in half. And then move it. So let's see how that looks. There we go. Now it's going behind her. Now it's going forward. That's going to be pretty good. Rory Ocelot is here. Hola. Oh, you're still using Duolingo, Rory? practicing your Espanol. Ethan Shaw, Hopper is a mean old grasshopper. Yeah, he wasn't nice. Daffy Duck, who is that? Are you talking about Queen Tyranny? Daffy, you need to get into your Duck Dodgers costume and then you'll know who this is. Who technically owns the channel anyway? Who owns the channel? That sounds like business information that I should not divulge. It's good to have an air of mystery. So if you're making a path, if it's going to be a circular path, make sure you make a cut in the circuit somewhere so that the program knows, there's a start point and an end point. Hey, Duck Dodgers is ready. Now do you know who this is, Duck Dodgers? Lisa Loud, the animator, I think. That's a pretty good guess, Lisa. But I cannot confirm nor deny. You know Shauna from J.C. Thornton? J.C. Thornton. J.C. Thornton. I looked up J.C. Thornton and I got a bunch of Road Rovers. Shauna. Who the heck is Shauna? Shauna. Oh, Shauna the Squirrel? I try to avoid like people's OCs, especially on like DeviantArt. Oh no, this doesn't look good. I gotta move the path ever so slightly. Can't have these two planets collide with each other. All right. How many animations are you doing? Today I'm doing work on multiple requests from Patreon. All right. Getting very close to wrapping up for today. I'm just going to look at the stuff I've worked on. If I missed your comments, I apologize. Try to leave you know, your comments right now. I'll take a look before I wrap up for the day. So if you have questions and such. All right, so gotta start on this. I think I might need to maybe play around with the orbits a little bit. Yeah, that's this all Patreon requests. I might also want to give her like sort of an up and down floating zero gravity animation kind of motion. We've done a little growing animation for Macy. and a little something for Steven Universe. And again, all of these were Patreon requests. So, if there's a character or a scenario you like to see, check out our Patreons. Starting at the $20 tier, you can make requests like this. Quinn P. Shauna is my ex-wife's name. Sorry, Quinn. Trace Bibby. The most famous bison on the internet is Boom Boom. Oh, internet bison. Boom Boom and Bam Bam. Those are good bison names. The Duck Avenger. Which one's the Duck Avenger? Let me look him up. Oh, that guy. I've seen him in some stuff. Was he in a video game? It feels like he was. Maybe I'm thinking of Cold Shadow. Yeah, Duck Avenger looks pretty cool. Oh, and I think someone was asking what program I'm using. This is Adobe Animate. Basically, every single thing I use for making videos on the channel, it's all Adobe products. With the exception of my video editing software. If I need to make a compilation video, uh, like when I put together a bunch of episodes from Little in the Loud House, I used Wondershare Filmora. It's maybe the best one when it comes to video editing software. All right. I Can you look at my last question? I don't see it. Have you ever heard of this song called Tom Tom? I'm afraid I haven't. Alrighty, and I think I'm gonna have to say once again, Ethan, no plans on doing anything with that series. Not something I grew up with, not something I'm really interested in. All right, I'll talk to y'all later. I'll try to do another stream tomorrow. Not sure what I'd work on. Maybe I'll get some more concept art work done for the Attack of the 50-Foot Pandora project I want to do, the reanimation project. Hope you all have a nice day. Thanks for dropping in. Thanks for your kind words and comments. And I will see you when I see you. Peace.